That's, is that? Let me see something.
Okay, I'm going live real quick.
Oh, it's live. No, that ain't.
Welcome to the Debate on the Night Show, where we talk sports, politics, and the real happenings in the hood. Stay tuned. It's gonna be a great show.
Alright, lay back.
Welcome to the Debate on the Night Show, where we talk sports, politics, and the real happenings in the hood. Stay tuned. It's gonna be a great show.
Alright, lay back and get nice.
We the roughest dream team, reign supreme.
We hit you with the heat, now shall we? Check it out, check it out.
What's up, Cleveland?
The intro meaning the beginning. So I got the microphone 1 2 1 2 get right over again. Ready to do damage, but just a little bit slower to let you know where you that Liverpool flow. I'm smooth and creamy, milky, silky, steamy. I get wet and dreamy every time my brother see me. Cause they can't understand the gift, the tongue that left them standing still and dumb. And the dust that I bust what I must, and I must, son. Continue to crush those that rush, play dumb and got done. Yeah, you played the high stakes and got back. Tried to be icing and wound up, can't translate. Meaning I broke them down to the least common denominator. Not afraid of a sucker, cause I drop them like a hot potato. One later, if you still be wanna be an instigator, dance goes to fake lies. No one is crazy.
Samsung S21.
Welcome to the Debate on the Lake. I'm your host, Dre Evans. Got a couple great guys on the panel today. We're going to have a great discussion about the Mississippi robbery, Brett Favre. We'll start off with you, Brandon.
I ain't surprised. I kind of agree with Shiny Sharp said. He's been a sleaze bag even when he was playing. It's a shame that the governor, the actual government of Mississippi, had something to do with this. They knew about it. Favre knew what was going on. The governor knew what was going on. Brett Favre paid back $1.1 million, which was for his speaking fees, but he never spoke. But he paid that back, and
not the interest though.
No interest. Right, I was just about to say that. No interest, but he gave the money back. But the problem is that why are you going into the money that's allocated for the welfare system? That alone leads me to believe that y'all really don't care about these poor people. Y'all worried about putting a damn volleyball stadium up and going to try to claim it as being something for the public. Who played volleyball? Okay. When has volleyball become something that everybody come together that you figure you want to spend $5 million or whatever for a freaking stadium? You know what I'm saying? Where poor people go come play volleyball. We don't even have volleyball teams in the hood. Okay.
In Mississippi.
You know, out of all of the ways you could have did this, you got billionaires in Mississippi. You got millionaires in Mississippi. Y'all could have came up with a better way to do this than taking away from the poor population.
Man.
You know.
The funds that they took from, bro, was welfare funds, bro.
Yes.
I mean, one of the poorest states.
Poorest states in the country.
Yeah.
Man.
The poorest
man,
in the country.
The homelessness down there.
Yes.
Bruh, you can do that. You can do that.
Man, they did it.
Hey, if you got the complexion for the connection, you can
I mean, this ain't all. I mean, Brett Favre was like kind of like a benefactor or whatever you want to. I don't know how you want to describe his part in it, but they brought this to him, so it wasn't like he masterminded this.
No,
you know?
No. They just wanted to have a face on that, and Brett Favre was the perfect guy for it.
Yeah.
Man,
because you know his old country bumpkin. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He with it. He like, what? Free funds, $5 million. Like to hit $5 million in them funds, like that's definitely letting the rest of the state know we don't care about.
We don't care about you.
You know, especially already with what's going on in Jackson, Mississippi.
Oh my God.
Where that's ain't Jackson, Mississippi, like the capital.
Right. Yeah.
And it's predominantly black.
Right.
And the way they doing that water, they on some straight up Flint, Michigan type stuff.
Exactly,
no doubt.
You know what I'm saying? So that goes to show that they don't care about them folks down there. Like it's the reason why that state is the poorest state
straight up
in America.
That's real.
You know
I mean, if you go through Mississippi, parts of Mississippi, you'll realize that, man, them people damn near stuck back like it's right after the Civil War.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I
You
mean,
wonder,
seriously,
did they hear that they was free?
Man, it's a lot of poverty going down there. And my thing is that $5 million, man. At first, to be truthful, I said, well, maybe Brett Favre didn't know about this. I said, maybe somebody came up to him like, look, man, you know, we want you to speak, and we gonna pay you $1.1 million every time you speak. And at first I thought, well, maybe didn't anybody come to him right? But after seeing those text messages, he knew exactly what was going on.
Right.
He knew exactly what was going on.
Exactly. He said, oh,
Ain't nobody gonna know, right?
Right.
Yeah, he said, oh, I'm with it. You need me?
Right.
I'm with it.
Right. And to be truthful, once the governor and everybody got into it, this was something that he was trying to do for his daughter. Okay? Brett Favre made over $150 million in the NFL.
Yes, he did.
And for them to say they're going to pay you $1.1 million to speak, and you never spoke, I would have been speaking everywhere.
Man, at least.
You know what I'm
least.
saying?
That's all you
He
had to
ain't-
do.
He ain't speaking nowhere. You know, and the sad part about it is that this happened a while ago. They showed Deshaun Watson all year long.
All year long.
All year long, bro.
For almost 2 years.
Yeah,
Man.
constantly.
And now they trying to bring
nonstop.
Nia Long and dude from
Yeah,
Boston.
you see how now you see Boston, the
Right.
head coach,
Right.
they got him all over it. It's a nonstop. But you probably, if you didn't catch that Brett Favre thing, that first day it broke,
Right.
you probably ain't gonna catch it again.
Sad.
No, you won't. You
What's
won't.
hurtful, man, is it's our media too.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
You turn on 93, that's what they talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's like,
Right. But but you know what? I want to give.
It's truly not our media though. Just just because we
Right,
might be a
right.
face or something, or you hear a voice.
Right.
I just believe it's a white face behind
Definitely.
that.
Right.
You know?
man, I hate to drop that dude say I listen because everybody else listen. I think that's
Yeah.
the most ignorant shit.
That is
Yeah.
ignorant.
There's a
That
lot of
is
people like
ignorant.
that though.
Yeah.
But the only person, especially in the Cleveland media, and I got to give him a shout out, man, because he been on it tight, man. That's G. Bush, man. G. Bush been on everything. He's the only voice that's really been talking about the difference between the black athlete and the white athlete in this city. And if it wasn't for him, we would not be hearing that side because they don't want to give us that.
No, they don't.
You know, but back to the media part. It really is our media because we need to have an issue with these producers at CNN, at MSNBC, at all of these big news productions. We need to have an issue with them because they are the ones that's telling those people that's in front of that camera what to say and what the subject should be.
Exactly.
Well, good luck with the Fox News.
Oh, you see, I ain't even mentioned Fox. Fox gonna do what Fox gonna do, you know. And
I mean, but it's some outlets that speak to us directly. You know what I'm saying? That really that we know that we tune into.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they take advantage of that arm, and they really are like puppets.
Yeah, they are. That's what they are, G.
That's exactly what they are.
You know, but you have a lot of people like ourselves who have their own podcast, and we have friends that we follow on social media. They don't, I haven't seen many people rip Brett Favre if I've seen them rip like Deshaun Watson. So yes, we can blame CNN and Foxes and all that, but then when it gets down to like guys that I have my private chats with, this is not a topic that we, the thread is that long. It's like, that's messed up. And then that's it. Like, again, with the Celtics, head coach, I'm a Celtics, fan. Not anymore because of things like this. I'm like, I'm cool. And this will be talked about not just on CNN and ESPN. We talk about it. So we actually, we can't blame them for as much because once their shows go off, we still texting. We still on social media, sharing the memes. They even had a logo for Deshaun Watson and the Browns of somebody doing a massage, and I'm like, and this man, still to this day, they can't tell us what he did wrong.
No.
Well, we know that Brett Favre stole $5 million.
Man.
Millions.
This ain't his first time being.
No, he a sleazeball, man.
He's a sleazeball, just like Shannon Sharp said. And it's like, I think the only person I ever heard like kind of give it to Brett Favre was Shannon Sharp.
That's it.
And that's the crazier part because it's like, at least he had the courage to even go in like that on him, man. And it's like, it's like we definitely black athletes, white athletes. It's a difference. It's a difference. Like just to even think about the owner of the Patriots. He got knocked in a massage therapist ring. Right. It was a whole ring.
It's different. That's way different than what
he said. I will plead guilty if y'all just don't bring this up.
Right. And they got rid of the evidence.
They let him do it.
They let him do it.
Ain't that crazy?
Gave him the option.
When have you ever heard that shit before?
Gave him the option of it.
Never.
Man, you destroy your own evidence that's against you.
Yes.
What?
If that ain't white privilege at its finest.
My goodness.
And then here it is, this guy. Yeah, you had too many massage therapists. Like you was doing too much. You was doing too much.
But it's not illegal.
But it's not illegal. A happy ending is not illegal. And the only way you could get a happy ending is if you ask for it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't no other way it's gonna happen.
They don't have that on the price list.
Yeah, they don't have that on the
list.
list.
But it exists.
He wasn't married, right? He wasn't married,
right?
So what?
Young black brother with some money,
right?
And he want to have some fun. He want to, ain't nothing wrong with that,
And he was asking. He wasn't
taking.
He
wasn't taking. He wasn't forcing himself.
Right.
And that's the killing part. You would think somebody that had dealings with 28 different women on some freaky stuff, okay? We want to say on some freaky stuff. And now one of them women said that he forced them to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that happened is that them women forced themselves to sit there and look at that shit.
Yeah.
He ain't make them look at it. They wanted to look at it.
They wanted to look. They still wanted to see what was going on.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, we done went through it. We done talked about it, but I mean, back to Brett Favre, man. It's like everything that the governor did is illegal.
Illegal, straight up.
It's illegal.
It's fraud.
It's fraud for real.
Right.
And do you know that the government of Mississippi haven't had one meeting about this? Not one.
That's their hometown. That's their boy.
Right.
That's their glory boy right there, Brett Favre.
Right. And it's bigger than him too.
Yeah, it is.
Because if you take it down Brett Favre, you're gonna have to take everybody else down.
Right.
They not about to allow that to happen.
Well, you ain't got to worry because if they start talking about jail time, Brett Favre speaking.
Yes. Best believe he
Watch, he's speaking. He ain't gonna go down by himself.
The way he did himself in the league. Best believe he has no loyalty to what's going on. He's just a front man.
And then his daughter play volleyball for the team. You trying to get a stadium built for your daughter?
A whole stadium,
man.
Volleyball
really?
For women's volleyball.
Right.
Yeah.
So you mean to tell me it's enough of a crowd to build a stadium for women's volleyball?
He made enough money to do it though. If you was really gonna do it,
he could have built it himself.
Right. And part of your legacy, that would have been something that you did for your
Brett
baby.
Favre
alma mater.
Stadium. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Alma mater, right.
Southern Miss, yeah.
And the governor. The governor's alma mater. If they want,
But no, they wanted to take from the poorest of the poor. And they say it's so hard in Mississippi to give welfare that it makes no sense.
Crazy.
And for you to even qualify for welfare in the state of Ohio, man, you got to lose everything.
Exactly. They want you to be completely broke.
Broke.
Right.
I mean, and not just broke for 6 months. They want well, I lost my job 6 months ago. Well, sorry, Mr. Clemens, we can't help you until you done lost everything.
Exactly.
And then you want to give me the bare minimum.
That's the hurtful part. Right?
Yeah. Because for a person that's worked all his life, that's never been on public assistance, when you work and you, as a citizen, you paying for that.
Exactly.
So now I lose my job, and y'all want to tell me, well, we can't help you until you lost everything. What kind of sense do that make? I've been putting into this for 30 years.
Right.
And I done hit on a bad break and I can't get no help, and y'all want me to lose my home, my cars. You want me to lose everything, and just be flat out broke before you're gonna try to give me the bare minimum of public assistance.
Bare minimum.
Are you serious?
Right. They ain't even taking you to par at that point.
No, they just ain't got no respect for the poor. We do so much. We do so much for the rich, and it gets to the point where I'm starting to realize at my age that as a black man, I'm gonna say as a black man, I'm not gonna try to get too deep in racism and stuff like that. But as a black man, I didn't realize that I don't care about Democrats. I don't care about Republicans no more. What I really call myself is an independent.
Yeah.
Because I got an independent mind. I'm not gonna vote for somebody that I don't really like. If I don't like you, I'm not wasting my time voting for you just because I call myself a Democrat. I don't call myself a Democrat, and I'm damn sure not a Republican. But what I really want to say to anybody that's listening is that we need to get term limits in our government.
Man.
We need term limits.
Advantage.
For real.
It's so many out-of-dated people.
Oh,
in that.
my
Oh,
God.
my goodness. They still got their out-of-date views and everything. It's terrible. Like,
It's big, one of the biggest licks, man.
Like, for
Second to
real,
insurance.
like, as a black man myself, and, you know, you look at this, and it's like, because now they even forcing you, when you go to vote,
Right.
they asking you,
right.
are you a Democrat or are you a Republican?
Two different ballots.
Yeah.
And they give you, and which one you say, they give you the one with just only the Republican or the candidates in that party. They not even letting you even choose which one, regardless of the party. They just say, if you say a party, even if you go in there and say I'm independent, they just gonna only give you the independent candidates, and which is what that sheet probably about this big.
Yeah,
You
but
know
that's
what
what
I'm
we
saying?
need. That's what we need to look at, because see, when you only got two parties, quite honestly, the vote is about the biggest sham that they got. Don't get me wrong. I like having the freedom to vote, but the way they got it in this two-party system, it's a sham.
Yeah.
Okay, because if you ever notice, no independent I don't even know of, and I could be wrong, but I know in my lifetime there's been no independent that's been elected as president of the United States. And it's a reason.
It's a reason for that.
It's a reason for that.
Because most of the independents, what these candidates do, they get people who have an agenda, and they kind of, they on the same agenda, and that's who's backing them. So when an independent doesn't go with any of these agendas, it's not that much money involved in in they backing. So yeah, it's best believe it's always when them candidates get to talking, and they talking about this and they talking about that, it's about 10 other people right behind them that's paying them to talk,
right?
Mm-hmm.
But they all have this one agenda.
It's troubling because when before I guess we got full rights to vote, we was fifth, third, or something. But once they switched that, they instituted the electoral college, right?
Oh man.
Oh, that's like
talk about that.
That's the same thing.
It ain't nothing but rich white folks in a room.
Ain't nothing changed.
Ain't nothing changed. So even if
we never got the right to vote,
1 million people go out and vote, if that look what they call it a electoral college, you still don't even know exactly what that is.
They're not even going by the popular vote.
So we ain't never got a right to vote. We still ain't got the right to vote.
You got the right to vote, and your vote is going to count. But
Where?
What I'm saying is that the way it's set up, I'm not disagreeing with you at all. The way it's set up, to me, it should be the popular vote, period. They did, the electoral college was done because you had, like, for instance, like a state like New York City.
Okay.
You got so many people in New York City compared to North Dakota.
Got you. Okay.
So the electoral college was to kind of like even out New York and North Dakota.
Okay.
So because if we didn't have the electoral college, and I'm not in favor of electoral college at all, but if we didn't have the electoral college, the candidates for president would go to New York, California, Chicago, Texas. They would go to the states where the most people are at. Right. So those little states, y'all wouldn't make no difference. I ain't even got to come visit y'all. I need to go to Ohio, California.
Huh? I don't see where that's an issue. If ain't shit going on in them states. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I agree. I don't agree with the electoral. I don't agree with the electoral college. I agree with the popular vote
Right.
of the whole country.
Of the whole
Right.
country.
Of the whole country.
Right.
Popular vote, no matter what.
Right.
But for the political aspect of it, for the people that's in government, they want to have the electoral college just to make them seem important. Because if you stay in North Dakota, don't nobody want to come see you. You would have never seen a president because you only got so many people there. I don't even need y'all. If I got New York, Ohio, California, Texas, that's who gonna win.
Yep. Because I ain't gonna lie, mostly every president, if they win Ohio,
That's what I'm saying.
you winning,
Right.
you're gonna be president.
Right.
And Ohio is definitely a key state that you have to win.
Because and it's based on population amount. I mean, that's
I'm really thinking we're like a small populated state over a federal issue would be affected, you know, where they would need a voice. You know what I'm saying? What could happen on a nationwide scale that these states with like limited people would need to really be heard? Like I can't think
I
of
don't know,
something.
and they making it even more tougher. They coming out with these laws, more laws for about voting, especially like places like Arizona,
Right.
especially a lot of places where the Republicans have more control over that state. They're coming up with a lot of restrictions for this vote because they did not like this last vote.
But
They did not like that last presidential
Right, yeah.
vote.
Right.
It's still an issue. They still raising hell about it.
well, I want to ask y'all a question, okay? And I want each and every one, both of y'all, how can I say it? Y'all thoughts on it. What does it mean to be a Democrat? And wait, let me before anybody get me twisted, I'm damn sure not a Republican, but I'm asking these questions because I think this is something that need to be heard. But what does it mean to be a Democrat? And second part of that question is what has the Democrats done for us?
I'll definitely go first on this one because I've been talking about this for a while. And a Democrat is, they claim they, for the middle class, the working man or whatever. But to me, how it looks to me and what I see is the Democrat is the one who's throwing rocks and hiding their hands. And the Republicans is flat out right in front, letting you know how they feel, where they at, and this is where they coming at with it, And the Democrats, and for our people, to be honest, the Democrats is the worst for our people.
Right.
We've had mass incarcerations. Every time we've had that, it was always under a Democratic House or president like Clinton, and it's always been like that. And if you really know the history of this, for real, like I don't know what changed for us to become Democrats. Somewhere they tricked us.
That's deep.
Well,
Because we used to be Republicans.
Exactly.
Right.
Right.
And the Republicans was mainly all black.
Right.
And somewhere they tricked us.
No, they didn't really trick us. The what they used to call them the Dixiecrats, who at that time were Democrats. They realized that they started slowly switching over to Republicans, and that took us. Like you say, when we were considered Republicans, they realized what was happening, so they started switching things over, and that was back in the I want to go back like before the actual 60s. I want to go back like it was a little while after the Civil War, but they start, reverting. And that's when everybody that was black that used to be Republicans start coming over to the Democratic side, pretty much because of those Dixiecrats that was in the South.
Right.
But you
Oh
go
no,
this way.
you won't. My take on the difference. Democrats seemingly their what they put out is they seem more, how can I say, communal. I don't want to say communal, for better words. They seem like they want to focus in on the whole, make sure nobody's left behind, nobody's left out. where like the Republicans is more so based on your own merits, on your own what have you. You know what I'm saying? Democrats more seem like are closer to like the socialist ideals, like everybody should be taken care of and all the other stuff. It was definitely a pathway for let's say political strength for the sisters, because they definitely have promoted and given the black woman a pathway to political
to elevate themselves.
Yeah.
And they have.
And you can't be mad at that as a father of a daughter.
Oh man,
you know what I'm saying? You got black women in your life. You definitely want to see them progress and be heard and be respected and stuff like that. Democrats are great for that. It's just to a fault, though.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
I was about to say.
It's to a fault, because with all of that they've given our sisters, all you hear now is if you got to be a woman of color, or you got to be trying to be a woman. You know what I'm saying? With the transgender shit. You know what I'm saying? That's all that they are really interested in protecting. So where does that leave the family value thing? You know what I'm saying? So you do start looking at Republican like.
I'm not look. Now, this is what I say. This is my belief. Democrats talk good. Okay, they talk good. They, we want to do for everybody. We for the poor. We for this, but they don't get nothing done. And what I see is that Republicans, when they get in there, they go get that tax break for them rich folks.
Man.
Every time.
In my heart, I can't go
Every
there.
time.
It ain't nothing in me that can really live with like I'm a Republican.
No, man, listen. I mean, what I'm saying, if you a rich person,
right?
Even if you black and you rich,
right? I ain't gonna say your ideology. You sit back and look at the Republican values, and it's hard for you to be like they not looking out for you. Exactly.
We look at Republicans like, they, some of them racist, some of them got this old far right ideology, which is true. Okay. But every time they get in office, they do something for rich people. Us, right. I'll give you a prime example. Trump had that tax cut when he was president. Right. The tax cut was permanent for the rich. Permanent. But it was only 4 years for the poor. See what I'm saying? How you gonna make something permanent for the rich? Tax cut permanent for them,
right?
But only for us for 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, they making all the money.
All right.
Now, speaking of permanent, we're not gonna take a permanent break. We're gonna take a short break and talk about the Cleveland Browns Thursday night victory over the Pittsburgh Steelers. Debate on the Lake. We'll be right back right after this.
Welcome to the Debate on the Lake show, where we talk sports, politics, and the real happenings in the hood. Stay tuned. It's going to be a great show.
Alright, lay back and get nice.
We the roughest dream team, reign supreme.
We hit you with the heat, now shall we? Check it out.
What's up, Cleveland?
The intro meaning the beginning. So I got the microphone 1 2 1 2 get right over again, ready to do damage, but just a little bit slower to let you know where you at the cool flow. I'm smooth and creamy, milky, silky, steamy. I get wet and dreamy every time my brother see me. Cause they can't understand the gift, the tongue that left them standing still and dumb. And the dust day I bust what I must, and I must, son. Continue to crush those that rush, play dumb and got done. Yeah, you played the high stakes and got back. Tried to be icing and wound up, can't translate. Meaning I broke them down to the least common denominator. Not afraid of a sucker, cause I drop them like a hot potato. What later? If you still be wanna be an instigator, dance goes to fake. Cause no one is crazy.
Where it was like right when G started talking, I looked up and I seen him say break.
But that's gonna be some good shit, man. Cause we back. Welcome back. We back on it. We go switch. We got real political on that first segment, but I love that. So we go into this last Browns game. I'm gonna start off with G. Tell me what you think.
Thursday night, man, under the lights, man. Y'all saw Reem come out there, the tunnel, boy.
I let the
Man, that's
call.
my
Yeah, that was
homeboy,
tough.
man. That's my homeboy right there. Shout out to Big Ream 3, boy.
Yep, no doubt.
Yeah. I like to consider our backfield rock and roll. I know
Oh, that's cold.
Sherm tried to say rock and hard place, but no, that rock and roll. This city was built on rock and roll. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's
You
do
know
it.
what I'm saying? But yeah, man. B, you know we got to at you about this.
About that,
No, y'all
QB,
man. Me crazy.
What's
About the
up?
percent,
Yeah,
Bring it on. Bring it on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take it.
Chris, come on, man.
Take it.
Man, stats don't lie, bro.
numbers don't lie.
Man, they doing the thing.
Me myself, I gotta. Well, I'm apologize now because because to be truthful, before the season we expected the Browns to possibly be 4-0 or 3-1 through these first 4 games. What I will say is that, man, I've been on Jacoby Brissett
Hard, bro.
hard.
You said Baker was better than
You
you.
said
Yeah, I said
better.
Baker was better.
I'll
I-
never forget that.
Man, hey, man, I could be wrong. I'm wrong. I was wrong.
I think we converting the Baker boy over here.
No, I mean, I don't like Baker. But I'm not going to say I don't like Baker. But what I did say, I was totally against Brissett. And he proved me wrong,
Man.
especially these last 2 games, because he's played
Strong, bro.
way beyond what I thought
Right.
he was capable of doing.
Yeah.
You know, so, I mean, I ain't perfect, but
Right.
you know what I'm saying? But I would say this though. The Browns, their problem this season hasn't been offense.
No.
That hasn't
that's
been their
not the
problem.
problem.
That hasn't been the problem at all. It's been the defense. I think this week that players only meeting that they had on the defensive side of the ball, I think kind of straightened things out a little bit because
A little bit.
right, a little bit.
Right. Yeah.
Because what you seen more this week was that you seen a lot of one-on-ones with Ward.
Yeah, okay.
And,
I ain't
and
gonna lie, Ward was getting burnt.
yeah, but you know what? He got the worst PFF in the league this year as a corner.
Yes,
But he starts slow though. He
Right,
always
yeah,
be
yeah.
like that.
I mean that lack of communication, whatever was going on the first 2 games, or we're gonna count this one too, because it wasn't
all
perfect.
3 games.
Right? Yeah, it wasn't perfect, but yeah,
They weren't perfect. They were messing up because to be truthful, when you get in the situation where you got a $100 million cornerback in Ward, and he said that the play was a cover 2, and everybody else went into a cover 3. Okay, we got to figure out where was the miscommunication at.
true.
Right.
I mean, Ward is a vet. Ward ain't no rookie.
You're right.
He playing with a lot of young folks in that secondary.
There's a lot of young folks.
And if Ward tell me that the play was a cover 2 and he go into the flat and cover a cover 2, I'm leaning towards Ward being right.
Right.
I don't care if all the other 3 went into a cover 3 or whatever, but when you pay somebody that kind of money, Ward know what he doing. Now, what I'm going to say is that I never liked Woods, our defensive coordinator. I never liked him because I was a defensive coordinator in high school, and Coach Woods, he done forgot more football than I know. So I'm not go knock him on that. But his style of play, whenever you hire a secondary coach to be your defensive coordinator, his expertise is in the secondary, not the front 7. And when you get running all of this zone, you have to blitz those linebackers.
Gotcha.
You have to, because being a cornerback is one of the hardest positions in the world to play to me, because you don't know where these receivers going.
True.
You don't know where they going. They faster.
Exactly.
They liable to be bigger than you.
Exactly.
And they already got rules to where you can't touch them past 5 yards. You can't do nothing. Even if the ball in the air, if you don't try to locate that ball, you try to turn your head, locate the ball. Even I can't stand the pass interference call when they had where a quarterback throws a short ball, terrible pass, and then the receiver stops trying to come back to the ball, and the corner is right there. He can't move out the way.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You're right. Yeah.
And you calling a pass interference because you penalizing the corner for the quarterback throwing a terrible ball.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
And the receiver got to come back. How you going to penalize that man? He all he doing is covering his
Yeah, all
man.
he's doing is cover.
That's it.
You know? So I put the loss against the Jets. I put that on the defensive coordinator, man. I've been on the sidelines. I've been in situations where when I was a defensive coordinator, I was lucky enough to have a secondary coach that I truly trust, that I put on the secondary, the cornerbacks and the safeties. I said, you got them, and I got this front seven because that's what I specialized in.
Word.
So me and him never had an issue because our players I told them what I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to work this front seven. I just need you to have the secondary to cover.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And with Joe Woods, it's like, dude, you playing so soft. It's 3rd and 5, and you got cornerbacks 8 yards off the ball, off the receiver, I say. So when they come out, the cornerbacks definitely go back up. They stop at the 5, they open.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right,
and it's like, until he decides this week, you could tell he went one-on-one. We got one of the best cornerback groups in the league. I'm not going to say we the best,
right.
But we got one of the best.
Yes,
Right,
you're right for that.
You know what I'm saying? When you talking about Newsom and you talking about Ward, those are two very good cornerbacks.
And the praise of Johnson and Delpit with the safeties.
Right.
Even though, man, even though I don't know.
We got Truck.
Yes, my dude
got
got
Truck though.
But it's a safety going up against a running back.
Right.
That's
I ain't even
230
I ain't even gonna take that against him. But sometimes it's even with the tackling. Sometimes these guys is taking bad angles.
Exactly.
So with that last game, you could tell it was a players' meeting. It was finally somebody's put their foot in the ground. Cause y'all know, like that jet, we should easily be 3-0.
Oh, we should definitely be
easily,
bro.
No problem about it. But the defense let that last one slip. It almost gave one to Baker too.
Yeah, they did.
Because Baker might be a scrub, but if you leaving people wide open, any quarterback can make them throws.
Exactly.
And so it looked good to see because in that first half it looked shaky. That first half,
it did. You talking about the Thursday's game, right?
Yeah, Thursday game.
It did.
Against Pittsburgh, it looked shaky in the first half because it was like as we was marching up and down the field, they was coming right back.
They had no defensive intensity.
And then I could see that once they went into halftime, adjustment was finally made. Finally made on the defense at halftime.
They shut them down.
And they held them down, and it looked good. And man, my guy. Jacoby Brissett.
Man, I'm with him now. I'm with him.
That's love.
I'm just saying, I even called you and made sure, like, hey, man, you talking crazy about this guy.
I was. I mean, because, dude.
It just took him a couple games. And it only really took him one game.
That's it.
Yeah, it took him one game.
To really get a hold of this offense. Really? And you could tell he's holding, he holding it together. He know where to be at. He know what's going on.
Look at the weapons he's used.
Oh, the way he looking at Amari Cooper. Oh, they were just talking like, oh, Amari Cooper ain't gonna do too much.
Man, after the first game of the season, man, it was horrible. I'm gonna tell you the truth.
It was a
horrible,
bad game. That was a terrible game.
First game, not to cut you off, DPJ was the main guy.
He saved us a lot because there was a lot of bad balls that was thrown this way, and he just made some incredible catches to get first downs and stuff.
Yes, he did.
But these last two games, I know everybody want to say, "Oh, he threw an interception at the end of the
I
Jets
can't
game."
blame him.
You can't blame him for that because he shouldn't have even been in that
situation.
Right. That's desperation.
Right. Got to make something shake. You know what I'm saying? Because now we was just up 13, and now we
perfect storm.
Yeah.
Bro.
But it looked at oh man, he got the confidence. You see it.
You can see it. You can see it.
You see that the offense is clicking now, and they tell they believe in this man.
Exactly, bro.
And his post game interview. How much his teammates love him.
Yeah.
And you see what he walked out on.
Right,
with the Antonio and Teller shirt.
Yeah.
It just definitely goes to show that they believe in him too.
They believe in him.
Yeah.
How can you not root for a guy like that?
Yeah.
How could you not? And then just, finally, because I've followed all the Browns players on Instagram and all that. They be talking their stuff. I was mad at Ward, though, because he was talking crazy.
What do you say?
About Johnson. Deontay Johnson. Talking about how he always shut him down. And, he do all this against everybody else. And in that first half, What he had about 100 yards in the first half.
Damn near.
Oh my God, I never seen Ward look like that. And I'm like, how you gonna be posting stories talking about this, man? You don't think he's saying that? And he was giving them the business. They definitely made the adjustment in the second half. But that first half,
it was killing him.
Oh my goodness, I never seen Ward get killed like that before.
These brothers, I think, really the problem with the defense is identity.
That's are you blitzing? Are you zone? Are you man to man? What are you?
Man,
what are you?
I love Walk. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry to see that brother down. Much love, prayers to him, and a speedy recovery and safe recovery, and I hope he come back 100. As well as JOK, I hope they said that was minor.
That's
it was his hamstring.
Yeah, he'll be back.
But I did notice the difference when Fields and Phillips came in.
Yeah.
Them brothers hit the
Phillips,
bruh.
But
Them brothers was hitting different, man.
But I agree with you 300%. Phillips' ass has to stay healthy.
Yes, that's his main.
That's been his main problem. Phillips is a true. He's a true middle linebacker.
There it is.
Anthony and JOK, and see this when you talking about identity. I totally understand what you're saying, because if you look at our personnel, our identity with linebackers is coverage.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
JOK is a coverage linebacker. Anthony Walker is a coverage linebacker. Taki has been that linebacker, that one linebacker that they use to go against the run.
Okay.
See, and this is the problem. Phillips is a middle linebacker that plays like Taki. They there to stop that run. They there to blitz.
You know, see the difference too.
Oh yeah, you see the difference, because Phillips is a bigger. In fact, if you go in that first half, do you remember? Y'all may or y'all may not. We all watched the same game. When Anthony Walker had blitzed, he wound up blitzing up the middle. Flacco wound up Flacco. No, it was Flacco. Trubisky. Right, picks my fault. Trubisky wound up rolling out. Anthony Walker then broke through and couldn't even chase him down. Second half, same situation. You see Phillips come up through that middle and chasing him, and he got that sack.
Exactly, bro.
Yes.
Exactly.
That's the difference, because like G texted me about Anthony Walker, and I said I hate to see him go out like that, but honestly, Anthony Walker has not impressed me since he's been a Cleveland Brown. He hasn't.
Leadership wise, in the room, in the linebacker room, I give him that.
He's well respected. He's well respected when he came from his other team. They loved him. They respected him. Yeah, he's a great dude.
And for real, sometimes, a lot of times, even in that locker, that linebacker room, when you look on the field, sometimes it's like a lot of the linebackers be out of position.
Yeah.
Anthony Walker is the only one that's never out of position. He might miss a tackle,
right.
You know, but he's always in where he needs to be at, where he should be at.
He's the consummate professional.
Yes, he's a very good professional.
He's a professional,
and I get what you're saying. Be like, he ain't impressed. And you want to see these young guys get out here, and because they are faster. They moving, but
I feel like
he still has the mindset of know where to be at, because it's a lot of time where he done led the team in tackles for a couple of games when he's healthy.
We gonna see. We gonna see now.
Yeah, he's healthy. He leads the team in tackles, and it's just like now that he's gone for the season.
Right.
And now it's it's your time. Jacob Phillips,
stay healthy.
Fields, Taki, all y'all. It's y'all time. Is y'all really is you gonna put y'all foot in the ground, cover these running backs, these tight ends, and is y'all gonna put it on somebody?
Man,
you got to, man.
Like, please, can somebody please hit somebody hard coming across the middle? I understand the rules, and you don't want to get these fines and everything, but can somebody please hit somebody across the middle? Those slant routes, oh my goodness!
I put the onus on Hanford though. How's Hanford Dixon in the building, and these cats don't really get this dog shit? You know what I'm saying? They don't get. I mean, they feel it. They want it. They know.
They talk the dog.
They talk it. You know what I'm saying? But they not living it.
Because it's the scheme.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. The scheme. I understand. Like I totally agree with you, B. Because it's like Yeah, it's like
you're not playing like dogs.
you're not playing like dogs.
You're not putting them cats in a situation to grind it out. You're not putting them in the best position that they possibly could be in as an individual. You know what I'm saying? So that mentality, because like I say, we grew up, we watched Minifield and Dixon go one-on-one, bump and run.
Right.
Felix Wright. I mean, you know what I'm saying? We can go to them safeties that was there. We played bump and run.
Don Rogers.
Man, you know what I'm saying? These, oh my God, man. You know what I'm saying? We could go back and we could talk.
Man.
But it's the scheme, man. I mean, it's really the scheme. You know, Hanford has been, he's been in the house, but he hasn't really been in the house. When the Browns, when Haslam took over the Browns, he was the first one to start bringing them cats like Bernie Kosar, Hanford Dixon. He started bringing them back into the organization.
Jim Brown.
Jim Brown. You know what I'm saying? He brought them back to get that feel, you know. But to me, I just wish they would have kept Greg Williams as our defensive coordinator, because he was the dude that would have gave you that. Because see, don't get me wrong, I don't care if we get beat, if we playing the style of football that we play.
Right, exactly.
You understand?
It happens.
It happens.
It happens.
Right.
Even the coldest cornerback, he can get torched.
Look at the boy from the Rams. He got dogged by Buffalo.
By Buffalo. Stephon Diggs.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
You know what I'm saying?
It was even funny when Stephon Diggs scored that touchdown. He looked at and pointed at
Right.
Y'all say he the best?
Right. See, that's what I mean. So it happens. But when you playing your style of football, it's like, but I'm gonna go back to me. I ain't never coached in professional or college, but I'm gonna go back to me. When I was a defensive coordinator, it was two things that was gonna happen. We go play our style of football, okay? We blitz, we one-on-one, we play a little bit of zone, but you're gonna have to make me change what I do, and I'm not changing. I might make adjustments at halftime, but we blitz. This is what we do.
Exactly.
Okay, so in the pro with Joe Woods, it's like, dude, give us a style of play that we're always going to play.
Right.
All the time. If you go beat us, you go beat us. We're not changing. My defense is made to make you change that offense.
Right.
You go have to change. And until you start beating my shit, I'm going to keep doing the same damn thing.
Exactly.
And that's what I don't get about, it's like you drafting these players to even, you know, for your defense, because, you know, we got some quarterbacks in our division. You got Lamar Jackson, you got Joe Burrow, and so and even Trubisky, he could run. We still don't even know about Pickett.
Right.
Trubisky ain't look bad, and they still talking about Pickett. So this boy must be something nice. And so you just in our division alone, not even counting the conference with Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, and Justin Herbert, and all that.
Right.
But just even to build a team for your division, and you drafting these players like JOK, and you're drafting them for a reason, because you got Lamar Jackson liable to break containment.
Right.
You need linebackers to cover from sideline to sideline.
And they shown that.
They shown it, but it's like you still don't unleash them.
Exactly.
It's like they still on a leash.
Right.
Because you got them in coverage.
Yeah, like you got them more so you worried about coverage instead of go get the quarterback. Because if I don't care, even Tom Brady, as great as he is, he's definitely the GOAT quarterback. But if you bring pressure right up the middle of his face, he gonna look like the average Joe.
Right. Right.
Exactly.
Why you think New Orleans always has successes getting?
Exactly.
He finally beat them this last time.
Right.
But New Orleans is coming at him. They don't care about none of that. They don't care about that. We coming at you, and we very confident about our secondary.
Right.
To at least, you know, got Mike Evans out his hook, and you know, but that's what kind of fired him up that last game.
Right.
Mike Evans finally. But you see him and Lattimore get into it every time they play each other twice.
That's
a year.
competitive.
That's competitiveness. Even when you heard Jamar Chase even talking about like how those corners is with Denzel Ward.
Exactly.
He said, "Them boys, dog, we gotta come play. We gotta come ready to
play.
play."
It's on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the only thing. You gotta unleash these guys.
Let them
Stop worrying about coverage and go like
bump and run,
blitz. Because I don't care how cold the receiver is or none of that. If that quarterback is not comfortable the whole game, he can't make all the throws.
Wasn't Ogunjobi a little disruptive? That's crazy.
Always have been though.
Right. Always have. I don't know why we just let him go.
Man.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, Ogunjobi, when he was with Cleveland, I liked him. He showed, but see, to me, Ogunjobi showed just like Garrett to me. Garrett is a top 5 defensive end in the league. Man, I can give him as high as number 2. Okay. But the problem that I have with Garrett is that he don't show up every game. You know, he gets double teamed, he gets triple teamed, he get all of that. But all of the best defensive ends in the league get that.
Double teamed.
They get that every week.
You demand that.
Exactly.
Right. If you ain't getting double teamed, that means you ain't that dude.
Exactly.
Right.
So this year, if Garrett doesn't win Player of the Year, well, I can't even say that because T.J. Watt will be back.
I don't know. He gonna miss too many games, I think, to win.
Right. But to me, Watt is one. Watt is one. Watt is the only defensive end that I would actually take over Garrett. Okay.
I'll take Khalil Mack.
I mean, Khalil Mack a beast. I can't deny that.
I'll take either Bosa boys too.
I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. The Bosa boy. All of them dudes you said is good. I ain't gonna lie.
The only reason why I'm taking them over Garrett, don't get it twisted. I mess with Garrett. I know he's a star. But the only thing is the hole in his game is against the run.
There we go.
Who I'm talking about, even though they known for pass rushing,
they do everything.
They do everything.
That's what I'm talking about.
They know how to clog up gaps.
Everything.
All that. They might not get the tackle for a loss on the running back, but best believe his linebacker was able. He made a move to where his linebacker was able to come up and make a play.
Yeah,
right.
And that's my thing with Garrett. You know, Garrett has to step his game up. I don't care. We've been trying to find another defensive end like Clowney to be on the other side.
Clowney is nice on the other end. He just got to stay healthy.
He got to stay healthy. But my thing is this: why the Cleveland Browns haven't went and got Ndamukong Suh?
I don't know, and nobody has got him.
Well, but you know what? For the Cleveland Browns specifically, I mean, Ndamukong Suh probably won a certain amount of money.
And at the same time, he's older, so you're not gonna get.
But he had 7 sacks last year.
Yes, and
he know how to
tackle.
Play. And he's better than any goddamn body we got at the defensive tackle right now. Flat out. Whether I agree.
I definitely take him right now.
I mean, I would too.
I've been wanting him.
I mean, because that's our problem.
What's up with Winfrey, bro?
Winfrey?
Yeah.
He's a rookie.
He a rookie. You know, Winfrey one of them dudes that I kind of believe that he's he too much on himself. He think he better than what he is. Okay. And Myles Garrett kind of said that after we drafted him and we had that rookie mini camp, Myles Garrett made a statement that, you know, when he first got drafted, he was doing a lot of hollering, but once he got into that mini camp, things seemed to change. He kind of quieted down. Okay, because this ain't college. You know, you playing with grown-ass men right now.
The best in the world.
The best in the world. You know, so I think he think he's better than what he is, and they had to put him in his spot.
Huh?
What conference he come out of?
He came from Oklahoma, yeah.
So Big 12.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, he ain't a beast because he ain't proved nothing in the pros yet. He ain't proved nothing. He was a beast in college, but see, the difference is that when you come to the Browns, the one thing that the Browns got that's a definite, that's the best thing on their damn team, and been the best thing on their team for about 3 years is that offensive line. So Winfrey coming in here, you going up against Batonio.
No doubt.
You understand? Teller, you ain't gonna come in here dogging, dude. You might as well squash that. That's what I'm saying.
Did y'all see that one? That top 100 players? Right. And they talked about Teller. They called him the Pancake King.
I mean,
even when they called remember they called that it was something they called something on him. like a eligible man downfield on the play. It was really like a screen. But what it was, he just pancaked this guy out of the whole play to where they like, man, you had to do something extra, man. And when you look at the replay, I'm like,
just a dog.
Yeah.
When you look at the
you don't get better going up against these guys.
Exactly, man, that's what I'm saying. So he come in here thinking he gonna be a dog, but dude, you ain't go dog teller. You ain't go dog Antonio. That ain't happening.
Them your guards. That's just holding up the middle.
Right.
Hey, hold on though, real quick. Who is number 55 at the center? Where he come from?
Beast. He
nice.
Nice.
Nice. I think his name start with a P or something.
Yeah, I can't call his name right now. We got him from
Pochick. I think it's POC.
It's something like that.
Yeah, I just thought when Nick Harris went down, and we ain't had no J.C. Treader, I just thought like, that center, that's gonna be key. And
right.
He look good.
Yeah, I mean he a beast. I like him because you know he's 6'6".
He look good. I don't even know where he came from.
Well, we got him in free agency. I forgot the last team he played for. I want to say Philly, but I could be wrong about that.
You definitely got to give a big shot like Alex Van Pelt.
Nice.
That's our offensive line coach.
Man, listen, man.
I ain't never seen nothing like this.
Nothing like it, man.
Bruh.
He the best in the business.
Man. This game, I saw the Hoff break down that run that Chubb did. I think the 37-yard run that Chubb did. Man, that's a thing of beauty, bro. Man.
I'm going to say this before we go to break. Our offensive line is beautiful, but the best player on that offensive line is Batonio. And we going to take a break, and we going to be right back to finish our last segment. Anybody watching, thank you for watching, because it ain't nothing but game being shared.
Free game.
Welcome to the Debate on the Lake Show, where we talk sports, politics, and the real happenings in the hood. Stay tuned. It's going to be a great show.
All right. Lay back and get nice.
We the Ruckus Dream Team, reign supreme.
We hit you with the heat, that shall we? Check it out.
What's up, Cleveland?
The intro meaning the beginning. So I got the microphone 1, 2, 1, 2, get right over again. Ready to do damage, but just a little bit slower to let you know where you got the cool flow. I'm smooth and creamy, milky, silky, steamy. I get wet and dreamy every time my brother see me. Cause they can't understand the gift, the tongue that left them standing still and dumb. And the dust day I bust what I must, and I must, son. Continue to crush those that rush, play dumb and got done. Yeah, you played the high stakes and got fake. Tried to be icing and wound up, can't translate. Meaning I broke them down to the least common denominator. Not afraid of a sucker, cause I drop them like a hot potato. What later? If you still be wanna be an instigator, dance goes to fake. Cause no one is crazy.
God, no.
You know he good for it.
Man, shit. I ain't about nigga. You rich, nigga. You asking me. I ain't never asked you for no money, mama. Welcome back to the Debate on the Lake Show. We go into the Cavaliers, Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah.
And what we thinking, when our hosts will be back in a second. I want to ask you, G, I mean, where you see the Cavs being this year with Donovan Mitchell?
Oh, man, B, you know you always hit me with this Cavs stuff. I'm Cleveland all day.
Mm-hmm.
I love the energy that I'm getting from them cats. I got to make an honorable mention real quick, though.
Go ahead.
Thank you. Gardos,
man.
Gardos.
Well, you know what, G? If that's your specialty, I'm right here with you. Let's go there first. Let's go there first. That's the best team we got right now.
Man, we about to clinch this shit, man.
One game. We got one game. We win, we clinch. Chicago lose, we clinch.
Man, but we taking taking that into our own hands, though.
Mm-hmm.
These boys is playing.
Man, they playing.
And these are a bunch of unknowns. This shit is kind of like the movie.
Yeah.
Major Leagues, for real.
Yeah. Young cats, man.
They had them destined to end last in the division.
Oh, yeah. I mean, because they was young.
Man. Bruh.
Dude, I'm going to say this about the Guardians. I'm going to say this. At the beginning of the year, I stopped watching the Guardians. I would not watch them because I was pissed off the fact that we did not sign Lindor.
Right.
That
hurt.
that threw me off. I said I wasn't watching. I wasn't gonna be no fan no more because this boy had been in our organization for so long.
True.
So it took me a little bit of time to get into the Guardians. I've been watching them since I'll pretty much say that halfway before they got in the first place. I started watching them, and I'm sitting up here realizing like these are some young boys, and we got all-stars.
All-stars, bro.
These dudes, these young cats,
Man.
became all-stars.
Man, Jimenez.
Right.
Came over, did his thing.
Did his thing.
Bruh.
And these players is coming from that trade from Lindor.
Exactly, bro.
You know,
exactly.
so I mean, I've always liked our GM. I mean, I've liked our management. I mean, and I love our manager, man. Come on, man. That's the best thing that happened.
Francona for president,
man.
baby.
Man, he's been the best. He's been the best thing that ever happened to Cleveland.
Right.
Because this year they really handed him a team that they thought they wasn't gonna do nothing.
Exactly.
This is the first year they did that to him.
Yeah.
And he managed his ass off,
Bruh.
So I mean, Tito, love you, baby boy.
Man.
Love you. Keep
Man.
doing what you're doing. But the one issue that I have with this team, what do we go do when we play those better teams? Because right now,
Right.
we beaten. I think we done won 17 out of 21 games.
Something like
crazy
that.
like that. It might be more like
right.
it might be more.
For real.
And we've played some decent teams. The one thing I was so impressed over is that they swept Chicago. Chicago was talking so much, man.
Man, right.
And they came in there and just straight dogged them at their house. You know what I'm saying? Swept them.
At the house.
Right. They kept saying, oh, the Guardians, they go stumble. They too young. We ain't catch up. Y'all had y'all chance, bro. Y'all was 3 games behind us when we came to y'all house, and y'all couldn't win a game.
Man.
We put up more runs against y'all. It was easy. It was clockwork.
We done knocked it down to all we got to do is
Man.
win one more game. And
That's
we
it.
close this division.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
You know. So like I say, I mean, I know people, we switched to the Guardians, but I feel what G's saying. Right now, the Guardians the best thing we got going on in Cleveland right now.
What a time to be a Cleveland fan.
Man,
right.
Cleveland sports fan.
Stop
Yeah,
it.
feel a little reminiscent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It feel like a little 16-ish.
Little 16-ish.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
A little 16-ish. Right?
Yes,
Because what killed me, they went, I think I could go back less than a week ago, and they needed like 7 or 9 games to clinch.
Exactly.
Now we down to
One.
one.
Down to one,
Because
bro.
we done won a lot of division games.
Right.
We swept
Straight
both
up.
Twins and the White Sox.
Man.
We swept the Twins in a 6-game series.
Right. And all we got left is Kansas City.
Yup, that's it. In
After
Kansas City.
Texas.
Yeah.
So after we clinch, because we
Man.
play Texas tonight, we win this game, we got Kansas City, man, and it's over.
Right,
Once we
what a
clinch,
time
it's
to
over.
be a Cleveland sports fan.
Right.
Not only with them guys, how about them Cavaliers?
All right, bring it
Yes,
on.
sir.
back.
Bring it
Bring
on.
it on.
Bring it
Because
on.
you know what?
Bring it on.
I
bring
seen
it.
this segment the last time. I wasn't in on it.
It was weak. It was weak. We
But
needed you there.
I'm
We
here
needed you
now.
there.
I'm here now.
We needed
And
you
I
there.
couldn't wait to get in on this one.
That's why I
And,
told you to get in on the last segment
I
while
mean,
you playing.
I ain't feel like I ain't want to take up all the all the camera time, man.
Come on
Part of
with
the
it.
show,
But
bro.
I'm here now, and
Speak your shit.
I love this trade. This is showing you from a GM point that we is here to try to win this. We ain't just trying to be mediocre.
Word.
We ain't just trying to just be good enough to get off the LeBron shadow.
Mm-hmm.
This is letting you know we trying to really win this thing. Ooh, I can't wait to see it.
Come on, bro.
I can't wait to see it because it's like, they try to talk about the backcourt might not be defensive. Man, when you got that fro and that young boy Mobley right there,
Right.
Yeah.
and I know they like, oh well, who gonna be the 3?
You can't have the
Of
coldest 5.
The coldest
You know,
5.
I mean, come
but
on, man.
out of
Goddamn.
our starting 5, we got a cold starting 4.
Right.
For real.
Exactly.
So all
Right.
we need is just the 3 guy who I think will go and be Okoro.
That's what I said.
Because
That's
all
what
we
I
need
said.
to do is play defense and hit the open shot.
I would like Wade
'Cause you like Wade a little bit better.
at that small forward. Yeah.
I think Wade would be better off the bench.
I can see that.
You gotta have
see that
you
too.
gotta have a spark coming off your bench, which will be him and LeVert. That'll be nice.
Well, see, what I go with the Wade is that Okoro shot 35% from 3-point range last year, which was great for him. Yeah. Which was great.
So just imagine if he upped that.
If he can.
Just say he go to 37%,
right,
or 39%.
Right. If he can give me that. But the problem that I have with Okoro is that I'll put it like this. Not a problem that I have with Okoro. The reason that I want Wade to play that position, because Wade got the size, he got the jumper, he has defense. If is his defense a lot better than the Okoro's, I would say no. But he has defense and he has the size to check. I mean, because I'll put it to you like this. I would rather see, because Wade ain't bad on defense, I would rather see 6'9" Wade checking LeBron than 6'5" Okoro checking LeBron.
No doubt.
Just in height.
No doubt.
Just in height. That's all I'm saying. And when it comes down to that shot, because see now, when you got the two guards, we got Mitchell and Garland, they go spread the floor. And they both could penetrate. So now you got to be that guy, because when Mitchell got the ball and he at the top of the key, you could put Garland out by the 3. You can keep Mobley and Jarrett kind of tight, but that small forward need to be out by that 3 to open them lanes up. So when these cats one-on-one, you can't stop Garland from getting to the hole one-on-one.
No doubt. Right.
You can't stop Mitchell from getting to the hole one-on-one. These cats, when they get to the inside of that hole and that defense converge on them, they got to have people they can kick out. You got Mobley. You got Jarrett, who you can get that oop to. You got Garland, who can hit that 3. You need that other small forward that can hit that 3.
Yes.
Man.
You do.
Man.
You do.
You know, and I believe that's Wade.
Okay.
Compared to Okoro. You know, because think about it. If you could bring Ricky Rubio.
Thank you. That's what I want to hear.
Garland. I mean, no, let me take that back. Ricky Rubio. Okoro at your 2. LeVert at your 3. Love at your 4. Lopez at your 5.
Right, yeah.
That's a nice ass bench.
That's a nice ass bench.
Yeah.
So, but you don't think that, because it was a lot of only time about Cleveland last year that kind of was just frustrating to watch them. They always went through a spell throughout the game where they went probably maybe about 10 possessions and did not score.
That's because they lost Rubio.
Exactly.
That was because when people have to really realize, why did Love have the season that he had last year? He had the season that he had last year because Rubio in early camp showed Garland what you're supposed to do with Love.
Exactly. Right.
And see, the problem was that when Rubio left, it took away that general that can get you them open shots.
Yeah.
I mean, because like you said, he's the best in the world. Even with Okoro, if you took Okoro and took him down on court, this motherfucker will be dogging everybody, hitting threes, everything. And it's a difference because I've been watching film. I watched Rubio's film playing for the Cavaliers last year, and it was a long film. And all you seen was that every time he was penetrating or doing what he was doing, he dishing that ball out and these cats wide open. And they knocking down these threes. So when he left, you didn't have nobody.
Man.
Right.
Man.
You-
I
I
definitely
mean,
felt the difference.
Yeah,
bro.
you ain't had nobody that was that floor general. Love still eventually did what he did, but it's like now you got Mitchell, you got Garland. You could stagger Mitchell and Garland. You got Rubio. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and one of the biggest things that we needed, we went and got LeVert because we needed somebody that was able to create their own offense.
Exactly.
And LeVert didn't really do it. But you got Mitchell now.
Right. Ain't no doubt about that.
You sit Garland down. You say, Mitchell, do your thing.
Exactly.
And Mitchell know how to pass that rock.
He know how to pass the rock.
He know how to pass that
He
rock.
play, you know, that's why I say try to say about the defense with the backcourt, but it's like these guys play that passing lane very good.
The Cavs was ranked number 3 in the league in defense when Sexton was in there.
Right.
You know
So
what I'm
just
saying?
imagine what's going to be now.
You know what I'm saying?
When you got, because Mobley, I'm Man, Mobley is gonna be the one.
That's gonna be the difference in our team.
That's gonna be the difference if he can take that next step.
Man,
because you seen it last year.
Right,
you seen it. You like, oh my goodness.
Hey, how's his brother though?
his brother decent. His brother is nice, man. I mean, his brother was highly rated when he went to USC. He was one of the best in the country coming out of high school when he went to USC. Mobley, Isaiah gives you, he has a better jumper than Mobley has. He's not a better defensive dude than Mobley is. Mobley got more talent than him, but Isaiah Mobley got a place on his team, man.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
He has a place on his team.
Definitely.
You know.
'Cause I seen it in Summer League, and it was like, ooh.
Yeah, he got a nice game.
Ooh.
He got a nice game.
He popped just like the brother, like Evan did. When you see it, you like, ooh, we might have got something. We might got something right here. And now that you got his brother, it's gonna flow
It's
a little
connection.
bit better. Yeah.
When you look at the USC highlights and you watch when they played together, you could tell they had a chemistry. Isaiah could pass that ball. I'm not gonna say he could pass the ball better than Mobley because Mobley is a very good passer, but Isaiah is too. If there's anything that I could say he's better than Mobley in, is his jumper. Now, for real, he got a more cleaner 3-point shot. He can hit a mid range. He's not that defensive dude. He ain't Evan Mobley. I'm gonna tell you, he ain't Evan Mobley, but he's a guy that honestly, he's a guy that you could put at that 3 if you needed it, or the 4.
If you need him.
Yeah, off that bench, he can do it.
So what do you think about the Cavs as a whole? And what do you think we're going to do this season?
I'm a homer, bro. That's not a hard question for me. You know what I'm saying? I said the Browns was going to run the table. So, I mean, it's kind of like, I ain't got no reason to doubt what we put here. Because to me, ultimately, when you put Cleveland in front of it, what Jay say about when you put black in front of it? You know what I'm saying? You put Cleveland in front of anything, bro, it's going to be a little different. It's going to be, hard fought for, earned and deserved. Right. You know what I'm saying?
That's the only way we want it.
That's it.
That's the only way we're going to get it. You got to earn it. You got to deserve it. Yeah.
I'm thinking the East is deep.
It is deep. Now, the East ain't like how it used to be when LeBron was here.
True.
The Cavaliers can have a very good season, very entertaining season, something that everybody in Cleveland is proud of, and finish 5th in the East.
That's where I got him. I got him either 4th or 5th.
Right.
Like depending on if somebody have injuries or just a lapse throughout the season, it can happen. And
you got a hell of an East. The East ain't no joke, man.
Yeah, the East is stacked because you got I definitely like what Atlanta did.
This is the first
what
team.
What Atlanta do? I ain't get it.
Atlanta nice, man.
You already had, Trey, and they kept John Collins and
DeMonte Murray, whatever his name is.
However you said, from the Spurs.
Oh shit!
They got him and as a backcourt mate with just. That's what I'm saying. Our backcourt is nice.
Right.
It's one of the nice in the East.
Right.
There's a couple. That Atlanta one is interesting too. Like both of ours is interesting because you want to see it.
Right. Because what I like, see, this is the thing. When I look at a team like Atlanta, and they got Murray. When I was watching film, I watched film on Garland, Mobley, Jared, everybody individually. Man, Garland was killing Murray. You know what I'm saying? I mean, to the point where at the end of the game, Murray was coming up hugging the hell out of Garland. Just on the respect factor. And I love that. And what I'm thinking about is that, Trey go get his.
Trey gonna do his.
Murray go get his. But see, the only difference now, y'all boys go get worked.
Yeah.
You understand? Because y'all
ain't no hiding Trey.
Right. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Trey, we already know. You can get yours, but we know Garland can get his. Murray, we know that you can get yours, but we know Mitchell can get his.
Exactly.
And these are our focal points. And the only difference between the two is that y'all got to make y'all money on the outside. Cause see, when y'all come to the inside,
Right.
y'all got cats to deal with. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got
fro.
Mobley and Jit. That's what I'm saying.
The
Y'all
fro.
got cats to deal with. So I'm not really scared of nobody. It's just that I know it might take a little bit of time to get them together. But the only thing that can make me upset is if we don't make it to the playoffs, which I just can't see unless it's a whole bunch of injuries.
Yeah.
You know, no, I can't see it. Can't see it. Okay, well, I just want to say, thanks for everybody who was watching. Thank you, my cat G. Thank you, Ryan. We gonna come back at y'all hard. We'll let y'all know when the next show going on. But go Guardians, go Cavs, and definitely go Browns.
There it is.
Doubt.
There it is.
Welcome to the Debate on the Lake Show, where we talk sports, politics,